You often hear don't feed the bears. Sometimes the bears just feed themselves.
Hey y'all, Dan here. Thanks for joining me.
I'm wondering if you'd go wandering with me through the wilderness and woods to where the winds are blowing free, through the darkness of the night, heading toward the morning light. I wonder if you'd wander with me.
Oh, good morning. It's Monday morning and it's 52 degrees. Great day for hiking. And I am leaving Betty Creek Gap Shelter. And it was an experience that I got to tell you all about. Before I tell you about it, I do need to give some shout outs here because I met a group of hikers from the Backpacking Western North Carolina Club. Mike leads this group. There were 9 campers that stayed at Betty Creek with me. And we had a bear that was very persistent, not aggressive, but wasn't afraid either. And so I had hung my bag, PCT style, very good hang, found a strong, it was a textbook. Found a tree that had a limb, big solid limb that too small for a bear to climb out on, but couldn't tear it down either. And this bear bit my cord, pulled it back until he could break the carabiner, and then dropped the bag and took off with it. So 4 days of food, all of my meds, and my spork. And I think the saddest thing was my bag, because it was a Hilltops Pack custom food bag that Ben had made for me with my logo on it, and sadly it's gone. So that's the greatest casualty of the whole thing. But Mike and the gang, they took and collected food for me, and so that they could I could make it on down to Unicoi Gap. Tyler, he loaned me his Ursack that I can have, and I'll send that back to him. But I really appreciated his kindness to give me food and also a food bag. So anyway, that was my night. All night long, the bear, he stayed in the area. You could hear him crashing through the vegetation around my tent, around all of our tents. He got 2 other bags while we were there. Took 2 canisters and rolled them around till he got tired of them. They finally found their food canisters. But he was an active guy, pretty hungry, I guess. So there you have it. I would not have believed that a bear could have taken down a good PCT hang. I saw folks would hang their food on little small trees that the bear could just push over, but this wasn't. This was an oak tree with a perfect hanging limb, and we saw him get it. And now we are heading south. At this point, I am just freestyling. I don't know where I'll end tonight, but I'm going to try to get as many miles as I can so that I can maybe get to Unicoi Gap on Thursday. As we go along, as always, I'll try to include you into some of the beauties that the trail gives you, even when the trail giveth and the bear taketh away. As always, the beauties just keep unfolding. About a mile and a half from where I stayed last night, and I have another scenic view in about a mile from here. I'll bring you back to that. In spite of the bear taking my food, it was a restful night. I heard him. He was walking around in the underbrush pretty much all night, but he never came up to the tents. He wasn't aggressive at all, but probably about 300 pounds. He was a big bear. And talking to one of the others, and they said that they had their bag hung and then had cut their cord to about 8 feet off the ground. And he managed to reach up and get it with his teeth and was pulling it down when they chased him away. And then they cut the cable, or cut their rope again. So this morning they had to put somebody on their shoulders to pull the bag down in order to get to it. But he was a big guy. I did report it to the Appalachian Trail incident website, and because if he's that comfortable around people, he starts to pose a danger to others and to himself. And so we need to do something with this. Anyway, I am no worse for the wear, and know that there's a great day ahead of us. Thanks for being here with me. It's a day to meet new people and good people. I just met Jerem and Tractor. Jerem is the father, Tractor's the son, young man, and they're out doing a great section hike too. They turned out they're from Greensboro, which is just next door to where I live. It's a small world. Actually, they live in Oak Ridge, I think, and I worked up in that area doing some jobs once. It was great to meet them, good to talk, have fun, taking this break because I was here at this scenic spot. And I just wanted to bring this to you, let you see one more time the beauties of these mountains. Been climbing for a while, but then you get these openings and you see that it's all worth it. Still got some climbing to do yet, but it's a good morning, beautiful day, and temperature is 64 degrees. Well, I just met a young man who's northbound. He stayed at Standing Indian Shelter last night, and said that a bear took his food bag as well, that he actually jumps down on the bag and tears it out of the tree. So I'm telling you, these bears are smart. They I'm impressed with how smart they are. One guy asked me, I didn't seem mad. I said, well, really, how can I be mad? We're in their home, and they are finding food to eat, and unfortunately they've been sort of trained by hikers who really haven't been diligent about how they handle their food, and so now they found ways of getting it. So it's like Yogi. He's not the average bear, and apparently there's two of them. So It's really interesting. Well, let me show you this tree. It's talking about interesting. This is a really neat tree here. Now, look at all the moss on it. And then look here, down at the bottom of it. And how it just sort of grows up and around. Isn't that neat?
And I'll spread the word, and you beat the drum. We'll round up the troops and get the gang to come. And we'll leave the streets and these neighborhoods, head over the river.
There's another crater that's going to pass me. If I had all those legs, I'd be climbing these mountains too.
I'm wondering if you'd come wandering my way. If you ever get lost, or if the trail leads you astray, the music of the pack can always bring you back. I wonder, can we wander away? And I'll spread the word, and you beat the drum. We'll round up the troops and get the gang to come.